Hello and welcome to Mon Bazou. Today we are going to discover the wonders of this game. In this game, you're given a vehicle, Conic BMW E36, which you have to build it up. For that, you need money. But in this game, you're limited to some of the most interesting ways to make money. You join me when I have earned over 25,000 and have 19,000 on hand. This is due to me completing early game chores, which involves collecting dreamy seed and building the sugar shack. I'm recording from this point due to me unlocking junkyard due to me reaching a certain level of friendship with Jacques. Now most of you will be wondering why I was collecting money. If you guess that I was waiting for this point, that once I started recording, I'll spend it to get the vehicle running, then you will be wrong. I was collecting this money to get electric auto heater for the maple syrup. That upgrade alone will free up a lot of my in-game hours. This upgrade requires electricity in your house. To get our trailer park connected to the electricity, we require 28,000, which is the first thing I'm collecting money towards. For now, I'm gonna head towards junkyard and collect as many radios as I can and anything else that I can get my grubby little hands on. I found all-season tires in the junkyard, some really good rims, a manual transmission for Conic, steering mechanism for the buggy, and lastly, a lot of radios. I was only able to get half the amount of radios due to my energy running low, which I should have put more concern to as I died on the last turn to the house. Afterwards, I recovered the truck, but would you look at that? The day is Sunday. On Sunday, you receive the paycheck for all the barrels sold within 5 weeks. This Sunday, I only received 10,000, which is equal to around 50 barrels sold. The 10,000 I received pushed me over 29,000, which is enough to get our house connected to the main grid. So I took the letter and went to the town, where I made a dumb mistake and bought screws for 35, which put me below the required amount for that electricity connection. In this trip, I also lost the envelope and had to call hydropower once again. I gave some firewood to Francis. This started the construction of my garage. 47 and 40. Thank you, little brother. I will start working on your garage tomorrow. Thank you. I'm just gonna sell those. I went back to the junkyard, and this time early in the morning, and collected all of the radios. When I came back from the junkyard, I saw some progress in the construction of my garage. I transferred all of the radios in my car's trunk and waited for Friday. From Wednesday to Friday, I ran the sugar shack and took care of the leaves. On Thursday, I finally posted the letter for electricity, and I got excited about it and didn't record it. Afterward, I just ran the sugar shack. On Friday, there was a bit more progress on the construction of my garage. I also unlocked Junkyard Conic, which I will deal with it later. I started avoiding planting leaves on the ground and start planting them in these planters. On the Friday night, I went to the car meet, where I sold all the radios. In total, I sold 34 radios, which totals to 3,740. On Sunday, I received my paycheck of 8,800, which totals to around 44 barrels of maple syrup sold. It was less due to me not running maple syrup production at maximum capacity, as I was waiting for 17,000 so I can get that electric heater. My garage also got done building, so I took a detour inside, where game passed judgment on my life. Okay, game. Okay, I see you. This is not real life simulator. This is This is just bad. I also swapped vehicles auto shitbox to a manual transmission. Yay! I thought of swapping the tires I got from the junkyard. After much deliberation, I backed off from that idea. Why? I didn't have new screws that would go with these new tires. Afterward, I took care of leaves and ran the sugar shack with the leftover firewood. This got me 5 barrels of maple syrup to sell. On Tuesday, I raced for the first time with a manual transmission. I didn't win, and the game told me that I drive slower than a grandma, which I took to the heart and started working on my driving skills. In the morning, I saw a sight of an electric pole right beside my garage, so I knew within 1 or 2 days I would be getting my electricity. At Wednesday, when I was returning from my chores, I got a task completed message. There and then I guessed that my house got connected to the electricity, which was the truth as I got to the house and saw my house connected to the electricity. After a good harvest, I made some rolls. I also made up my decision to sell my 4 big packs. After arriving at the barn, I sold the 4 big packs I had. Each went for 370, totaling to 1480. On the Thursday night, I took one more shot at $50 guy. The result remained the same. I lost. This time I lost due to making a mistake, so I went back home. On Friday, it snowed. Moreover, an update. I started shifting planters towards the shoreline. At night, I went to race again. This will be it. This should be it. Wait, I won? No shot, I won! After losing around 250, I guess. This is... How did I win then? On Saturday, I bought 2 new wheel bearings as I was looking to refresh in vehicle suspension and drivetrain. At night, I went to race again. easy if you shift perfectly. Then another best time because this time I didn't swivel that much. On Sunday race, which is no biggie, I just had to realign myself and the race started as usual. Let out the clutch a little too early, little too zealous. Even better time, 19.78. Okay, that's an improvement of 19.78, about 0.3 second. I don't know what did I do that went different, but wow. On Monday, I got a little too excited and threw my truck off the cliff. After recovering, I arrived at the Maple Syrup Federation where I bought that electric auto heater. I also bought the two remaining wheel bearing and bought the brake disc. First thing, you get out. You two get out. All of you get out. After exiling the planters out of my truck, I then started the auto heater. This time without the firewood, which felt different. I got my fourth win on the $50 guy. I got the last two brake discs required for the drivetrain assembly. I got my last win on the next week's Tuesday. Afterwards, I collected my well-earned reward of a spoiler. And I died of exhaustion. To retrieve my car, I took the bus to the town. Thank you. Just drop me off here. Anything I need to pay? Due to the increased amount of barrels I have to transport and the planters, I thought I should buy a trailer, which was an idiotic mistake, as when it's connected to the truck, it makes every item in the bed of the truck slip backwards and fall out of the truck. So I parked the trailer right beside the shed and forgot about it. Afterwards, I got the frying basket from mother and made some homemade poutine. On the Sunday night, I raced the $200 guy for the first time. I then got absolutely obliterated, and the game told me once again that I am slower than a grandma. Afterwards, I just refueled the car and slept in the vehicle to avoid death due to maple syrup needs. I rushed back home with minimal braking. Where I parked the vehicle in the garage, then got my maple syrup need fulfilled. Then I started up my maple syrup production and tended to the grass. Then I took the two barrels that were full to the Maple Syrup Federation. I know most of you will be saying that you can sell maple syrup on Sunday, but I just put it on the collection spot. So when the Monday arrives, I am automatically paid for those barrels. I then arrived at the parts shop. I bought all the screws he had, then the both type of soy bars, both of the adjustable coilovers, both of the performance calipers, both the front and rear adjustable arms, And lastly, the LSD. With the LSD at the price point of 1500, this completed 5000 required for him to open the shop. So for me, it got easy to get the remaining coilover and calipers. With the amount of parts available to me, it was clear that I could swap the rear suspension. So that's what I started working on. I stopped working after connecting both of the rear arms and went to take a nap. I continued the work in the morning. In the middle of building the vehicle, I remember that I forgot to turn on the electric heater, so I won't be making any more maple syrup. For that, I dropped building the vehicle and went to complete those chores. Afterwards, I arrived at the newly built Rogers shop and I bought some screws, two adjustable coilovers, and two calipers. I bought summer tires from the Jacques shop. On Wednesday, I briefly worked on the vehicle. On Thursday, I put a new intake and exhaust on the vehicle. On Friday, I started working on the front suspension. When I was putting last few parts, I realized that I bought two right calipers. This halted my progress. Well, guys, looks like he won't be open until Monday. So the vehicle is in quite a conundrum right now. So I've made up my mind that I'm just gonna buy a regular caliper from JQS and put that in, get vehicle down, see how it reacts, and once he will open, I'll get that and swap that in. Yes, sir. Give me a left side caliper. With the left caliper secured, I went back to the garage. I increased the ride height to the maximum. I don't know why, but I was thinking of the gravel road. Let me increase the ride height to the maximum as usual. I'll see once I put down the vehicle, I'll get an idea. Let's keep it at 25 since rear one is 21, I know that much. I put 30 psi of pressure in the tires. Whoa. Wow. Is this my vehicle? This looks promising. I forgot the ABS module. On the first start of the vehicle, the exhaust fell out of the vehicle. On the second start, the vehicle exhaust did not fall off. I decided that I should take the vehicle to the barn to sell the grass. The route to barn has dirt, gravel, and asphalt, which will let me test out the tune of the suspension. And boy, it let me know the state of my tune. The vehicle spun out on the slightest bump and the slightest usage of brakes. I sold the 12 big packs required to open the barn and got access to the dealers. On the way back, I raised the $50 guy and it went something like this. On Monday, I tried to buy the big tank for the truck, but I wasn't able to. Either I can get this or wait for the bunker. So I believe, I think I'm just gonna take this. Oh no, it took too long! God damn it! Due to that, I had to buy it on Tuesday. After arriving at house, I screwed in the tank and parked the truck parallel to the sugar shack, where it will be filled over time. I then retuned the car's suspension to avoid the disaster result on slight braking. I am going to decrease the height by this much, around 450 millimeter. That should be good enough. Now, spring rate, I believe this needs to go up a bit, around 25,000. Rebound force. Let's also increase this since we need rebound to be high, and I know this one will be dampener. Bump force. After putting a bandit tune on, I went to raise the $200 guy on Wednesday and it went like this. Well, looks like it's time to wrap up this video. We have done quite a lot and we have defeated 2 of the racers. The car is in good condition. It has one to two things wrong with it, but we will tackle that in the next video. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.